to a new episode of the Joe Show Talk Show! Woo! Yay! Yes. Who was that? Okay,
that's the audience.
Love it. Of course, yeah, there's no audience today because we are abiding by social distancing. Do you have a good week, Joshua?
Yeah.
Great.
We're both unveiling our new haircuts.
Unveiling the new haircut. Alright, so we've got a lot of topics that we're going to get into this week. We're going to talk about the new Real Housewives of New York City trailer. We're going to talk about Bethenny Frankel and what's going on with her. In Atlanta news, we're going to talk about, we're late to the party with Real Housewives of Atlanta. Going to talk about what's been going on over there. And The Girls Next Door, which has become our favorite show in the past week. So let's get into it. So first up, we've got The Real Housewives of New York City, the new season. Yes! This is our favorite franchise of Real Housewives, and Josh, are you excited?
Am I excited?
Oh yeah, he's excited. So this is going to be our first year without Dorinda. How are you feeling about that? Did you notice her absence in the trailer that was released? No, just no. I'm gonna miss the Berkshires.
Yeah, but they'll go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Time for a change. Change is good.
Time for a change, exactly. And speaking of some changes that happened, we've got our new housewife, Ebony, that is actually joining the cast. We know Ebony. We've seen her on such shows as Wendy Williams and I'm sure other things, but she was on that when Wendy was away, I think. She did like the round table.
Oh, she did? Oh, so cool.
I think so, yeah. So from the trailer, she looks like she really gets into it, and I'm happy to have a new housewife.
She's gonna bring the heat.
She's gonna bring the heat.
I'm gonna bring the heat. Williams is not going anywhere. I'm gonna come in like a hurricane.
Exactly. So that's going on. What else did you notice from the trailer that you were excited about? Anything?
Good. It just is looking like another great summer of fun.
Great summer of fun. We love the Real Housewives of New York City.
New York has some good quotable lines that they'll probably bring out.
Exactly. There is, of course, the usual issues with Ramona. Here, let's go back and let's just go through some of the ladies. So, returning this year, we've got our girl Sonia, who we always love, and we are so excited to see her back. With a new face, do you think she's mad that they're using the old picture of her? Because she's got a new face now.
She looks good there, too.
She does. And then we've got our girl Leah, who is back for her sophomore season this year, and I'm pretty excited to see what
you think they'll be tough on her? Because we never...
Yeah, usually the second season is when they start to really dig into them, and I mean, she seems to have a good ally in the new girl Ebony. So I think...
And she doesn't seem like she's hiding a lot, so...
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so hopefully Leah will have another fantastic season. We're just going to skip over Ramona for a second because we know she's back. She's always back, and I have enough. We're going to talk about her in a minute. But as we mentioned, we've got Ebony, and then the Countess Luann is rocking a sweet ponytail in this look.
A high pony.
A high pony, and she is back, and apparently she's going to be dating again this season.
Always good.
Which is always good.
I love Luann dating. I love a roommate situation. Maybe she moves in with Sonia.
Maybe, or someone else we know.
Sonia and her go out on a dating night out.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, like a speed dating. Perfect. Maybe anyone will.
And Leah's there.
Leah will be there, laughing at them for being old.
Yeah.
Which is great. And then, so let's just talk about Ramona for a second. So in the trailer, we saw that Ramona is up to her old tricks, but I think her old antics are sort of just getting a little old for everybody. I mean, she's obviously the least progressive of all of the housewives of New York City, or maybe ever, because she goes and she visits with, we all know that she did not take the whole pandemic very seriously. She's been spotted at none other than Mar-a-Lago during this time off. And in the trailer, it seemed that she's made some sort of comment about the help. And I don't know. I just feel like we're gonna really get into this season and see like what is acceptable to be saying these days.
Yeah, we'll have to stay tuned.
We'll have to stay tuned, and I hope that Ebony really like holds her to it.
I think she will. She'll be great. I already can tell.
Yeah, I can already tell.
She looks like she fits right. Like usually, sometimes you could pick out the new person. She looks like she's been on for a couple of seasons on that poster.
Exactly, and a great look. I love
the floor there. I love her look. I love that chair.
So in the old, they reused all the other ladies' photos, and this is a new photo. But I mean, like,
I bet they
did a great job. Looks exactly the same. So something else that's going on in the Real Housewives of New York City news. I'm sure everybody has heard, but the one, the only, Bethenny Frankel is officially divorced from her husband. Her and Jason Hoppy, who Schuylkill County alumni, right? Lives in Schuylkill County, where Josh is from.
Yes, Hazleton. If you're from Hazleton, Pennsylvania, he's from there.
So the reason we're bringing this up is I don't know if it was the day of, or at least the week of, that the new Real Housewives of New York City trailer came out. Bethenny announced that she is going to be officially divorced from her longtime husband. And they've been separated for 8 years. This has been going on for 8 years.
And finally, they're divorced.
Finally, they are divorced, and she announced that she's going to be getting engaged to her new fiance, whose name I didn't bother looking up.
Isn't it Prince Harry?
I don't think so.
I'm joking.
No, Sammy. No. She keeps finding these eggs. Sorry, guys. Easter's coming up, and Sammy.
She's the Easter bunny.
And Sammy can't stop playing with her toys. And like I was saying, I have no idea what this husband's fiance's name is. Maybe it's Jason. Derulo, exactly. But she's getting engaged, so she's officially divorced. And I thought these two broke up in the summer. I could be wrong, but I kind of remember vaguely happening. But
great for her.
Great for her, but you could tell she was being a little spiteful having it released. Don't you think it's just a little bit of a coincidence?
I guess that it's a coincidence, but honestly, I'd rather watch the trailer. I can't watch anything of them. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
I couldn't watch them say, "We got a divorce." Like maybe if she posted
I guess
a
my question to pose to you is, do you miss seeing her? Like our girl Wendy Williams, when she was talking about this trailer this week, she said that she missed seeing Bethenny, and I don't.
No, I don't.
I do not miss.
I think Bethenny was too big of a personality to be on the show, because then she took over the show. Because she already had her own shows too long.
And she's left. She's left. Maybe she'll be back.
She got used to kind of have her in her own road.
Yeah.
Then
totally.
You come back to a show and you have to give each person a story. She kind of monopolized the story.
Yeah, she took over, and it was like her show. And I don't know. She left. She's gone. I'm kind of fine with it. So. And I'm sure she's successful doing something. We love her. Like we famously reviewed her Skinny Girl Margarita, which is our favorite. No, it wasn't the margarita.
Yes, it was. The Skinny Girl dressing.
The Skinny Girl dressing.
I'm having a flashback. That was my first Just Taste It with Josh. Was that?
Really? With me?
With you was Skinny Girl dressing.
I'm honored.
And we drank margaritas.
If you guys want to watch that video, I'm going to put a link right here.
Can you believe that? We were actually, a little bit tipsy on the first video we did.
Definitely. So...
Thanks, Beth.
And if anyone knows how to make a Skinny Girl Margarita from homemade, but for some reason we can only buy her version of the Skinny Girl Margarita, and people say that it's watered down. If it's watered down, I do not want to taste the unwatered down version, because I would literally be I finish a bottle on a sitting and I'm like, woo! Having a grand old time in the Duke of York.
I think that contributed to my acid reflux problems.
Definitely.
Not having any dinner and just having Skinny Girl.
As a dinner. With ice.
With ice. The ice was the dinner.
Yeah. We started watering it down, but anyway. So, I mean, it is summer, so maybe we'll start drinking it again. But I haven't had it for a while.
Instantly I thought of at the Copacabana. Just go on.
Alright, perfect. So, the other thing happening in Real Housewives news is... Sorry. The other thing happening in Real Housewives news is the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So, we were totally late to the party on this, but we just watched the episode with for Cynthia's wedding or it was her bachelorette party, right?
Yeah.
So we heard about this we watch Wendy Williams every day. So she covered this in the summer when this happened, but basically Cynthia has a bachelorette party and they invite someone over. Well, let's just get into it. So Mistress Candy is here, and she invites this stripper Bolo, the entertainer, over, and he was there. And when Wendy Williams did this story, she pulled up a video of him dancing at her, like on her show, and because of course she knows him. So
Bolo was there.
Yeah, Bolo was there. We know him, I guess. What's going on? Bolo was there, and he comes to do like a little bachelorette party for Cynthia. But it does get a little steamy, and this is just another one of my favorite pictures from that night. And you can see he's got his face shield, so that's good.
And he's so smart. He packed $1 for himself.
Oh,
just
that
in
was
case
nice.
he wanted a
That was
snack.
nice. How do you think that's like taped on him? Well, let's just go back to
Maybe
the
it's from all
cast.
his.
Let me just go back to the cast photos. So
Maybe it's sticking because all of his juices.
Okay, yeah, definitely. so that night got pretty wild, and Portia ended up. It was revealed that she ended up having sex with him. Is that confirmed at this point?
I don't know. My favorite part of the whole thing was Kenya doing her investigation, and she's like,
Oh yeah. So basically, what happens is the night of the bachelorette party. Like at the end of the night, they have the cameras go down, and but they have the microphones, I guess, still up because like they showed some footage of that, and they showed them like taping up the microphones or whatever, and then they're like calling Bolo back out, and then it went on for another like muffled microphone footage for another like 25 minutes or so, and
they
then
were just having a fun time. It
they
was
were
a
just having
bachelor
fun.
party.
They didn't really show anything or like. Like I was expecting, like I've been hearing a lot about it. Like
Most of it is through these white lines.
Yeah.
So it's
You
like
can
you
kinda
cannot
hear
even
it.
see. So it could be anything. They could be like honestly having chips and dip, and
Yeah.
they're just making sounds, and everyone's like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, totally.
Oh.
But apparently, what happens next is around like 6. They're like, of course, putting the timestamps up for all of this, but around like 6:30 in the morning. Kenya,
who is going by in this episode Chocolate.
Chocolate is her alter ego.
Is her alter ego.
Back when they were all having fun before they, I guess they had sex with the stripper.
They all had different names. Do you remember what they were?
I couldn't tell you.
I remember Mistress Candy.
Mistress Candy, who.
No, a peach juice. Juicy peach.
So basically what happened on this night, what Josh is talking about, is they all had alter egos that they were going by for the entire night. So we had Cynthia, who, I don't know.
Remember, she had to come up with her own. I forgot.
I don't know what her name was. It was her party, so I think it was like kind of a surprise. So like she didn't have a name, I guess. Then there was Mistress Candy, who I think she goes by Mistress Candy, like on the regular.
That's just why we remember them, because they truly were the characters. Like most of the girls were just like fooling around, like, "Ooh, this is my silly name
these
for
girls
the
were
night."
dropped in.
No, yes, Kenya was the most dropped in. She was like, "Tonight I am Chocolate, and I am going to just be the character."
Yeah, and she was being really saucy, so I was kind of surprised the next day when she was being such a private investigator. But then we had Portia, who was going by Peach Juice, I think.
I don't know what her name is.
I don't know. I didn't expect to go through all these. And then Drew was going by something with Split. Yeah. What was it?
I forgot, but she did a split.
She did a split, and she was going by some sort of name that began with an S. But, so basically that happened, and then cut back to 6:30 in the morning after this night. And Kenya is just minding her own business, and she, like, sort of didn't really hang out, I guess, at the after party for this. So she went to bed, because her daughter is there, like, her young child, so she was, like, taking care of her baby. But anyway, so at, like, 6:45, I guess she went down to, like, get, like, a drink of water or something, like, because they're at this house that, like, isn't...
6:30, that's when people wake up. She went to get coffee or something. The
Something.
baby was probably up.
Something. She went down to the kitchen to get something. And she heard, like, some, like, sexual noises coming from the direction of Portia's bedroom. And it sounded like a man's voice and another woman's voice. So it sounded like 2 women and Bolo. And then they cut back to her confessional, and they're like, someone's having sex with the stripper. And I was like, this is everything. It was absolutely fantastic. But the other woman who Bolo was having sex with was Tanya, who apparently was a Real Housewife, and then they, I guess, demoted her to a friend of because she didn't want to talk about any of this. So her and Portia were getting on with the stripper, and then and they all thought they, I guess, were being kind of like sneaky and sly about it.
Well, I don't know if we really know.
We still, yeah, it still was never really confirmed, but like it kind of. What are you talking about? Allegedly, fine. Allegedly,
Yeah.
allegedly. But I mean, I saw the footage. So basically, then the next day, Kenya takes the entire day to be like, I guess, like a private investigator for this, and she was or the judge. She was the judge of Bolo Court, where
Was she Judge Chocolate? Was that the judge? Did she say she was?
I don't think so. I don't think Chocolate was involved.
Okay.
I think this was just Kenya. Kenya
Kenya.
was like, I wasn't there. Chocolate was there. So, basically, she was asking all the women, trying to figure out, because she couldn't really tell who was having sex with the stripper. She couldn't tell. So basically, they interview everybody, and I don't know. Overall, I don't even know if they've been found out who it was. I think by the end of the episode, she for sure knows that it was happening in Portia's room.
Atlanta is always a good kind of like New York. Always has this.
There's a lot of drama going on every episode.
No drama going on, but it's always comes back to like those silly moments or like fun.
Yeah.
Like they all had kind of characters throughout. Like Kenya was throughout her in confessionals was dressed as if she was from that movie.
Yeah, the Sharon Stone.
The Sharon Stone movie, and she was like smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
Like, it was ridiculous.
It was. If you haven't watched it, you probably have, because it's literally like a month old at this point.
Yeah,
but if we watched it, it was great.
Because it's shot during quarantine, they have to make it a little bit more entertaining, right? They have to do stuff like that, dress them up. Or I hope Kenya was like, can I dress up like Sharon Stone?
Oh, I completely think
because that would be it.
I completely think that was entirely her idea. But if you haven't watched it, you can catch up online or on demand, and you can catch Real Housewives of Atlanta premiering every Sunday at a time. Check your local listings. So that's exciting. So is this our final topic? Oh, no, that's Bolo. Stand by. So then our final topic that we're going to be getting into is actually a show that we love and we've been watching so much recently.
A blast from the past.
A blast from the past, and that is The Girls Next Door.
Figs and dates and the grapes and the cakes. Hey, come on in my house,
with our favorite. We even love the song, the theme song.
Yes.
It's an amazing theme song, and we just love, I love everything about this show.
6 seasons. I wonder if they have them all 6.
So so this show basically happened on E, and we discovered it on Prime Video this month. Rediscovered it, I should say. And it had 6 seasons.
Honestly, I forget, like, it used to be on E when I was young. I was young.
Well, yeah, so it was crazy. Like, it was a pre-Kardashian E channel. So, like, it was really, like, I guess it started, and then Kim Kardashian eventually ended up posing for Playboy. We remember her with the pearls. Yeah.
I guess so. I guess when the first Kardashians came out, I was, like, almost in high school.
Yeah, it came out. I remember watching, this was the first show I had ever watched on E, was this Girls Next Door show. But what was so great about this show and what holds up is each of these girls like had their own storyline. It was all like very like the producers on this show really made it interesting. Like it wasn't like it really differentiated them from just like Hex girlfriends.
And you really thought you love them. I love them from the first episode.
They really classed up the brand, I think, too. So apparently this was Playboy paid for this show. And I don't think the girls were paid that well, which I think is definitely something that is a problem. And they do talk about this nowadays. But
yeah, I don't think I don't know if they had the best experience right, at the Playboy Mansion. But from watching it, I think...
It looked fun.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure. But they all had their experience. I mean, but I think you learn so much about them that it...
Yeah. So let's get into some of the ladies.
Honestly, that was not English.
Right. Okay, so let's get into some of the ladies. So the first lady we have is Kendra.
Iconic.
Ooh, so Kendra is iconic. She went on to have her own show on E after she met her husband.
She has 2 kids.
Has 2 kids.
I've been-
Eventually divorced that husband, but she
Little Hank.
But she was really set up. It's okay. What?
I'm just laughing because we're talking at the same time.
Well, this is the Vio. Welcome. You're back.
But she still looks the same today.
Still looks the same today. This is a photo from back in the day.
I'm not even sure how old she is, but she looks great.
So I actually wrote down all the ages of these women because I always find this to be kind of fascinating about this. So Kendra was 19 when this was going on, which if you think about her dating Hugh Hefner, that's a little odd for me. And but basically, like, she was found at one of the parties. She was like one of like those painted ladies that they have at the party, and
I guess so. I guess being 19, it is weird going there. But you have to think, like, she's 19 and they're like...
Oh, I don't think going there is weird. I think dating him is weird.
But I wonder, I think
Let's be clear.
they more or less brought... I feel like they brought her on more or less to be an additional show add-on. I don't think she was a girlfriend before the show. Was she?
I thought she was. I thought that was the whole point. Was followed the girlfriends. I don't know what it was about. I don't know when she became a girlfriend, but anyway, she was one, and she was 19 at the time of the show started. But the show went on for 5 seasons, and the 6th season they had a whole new crop of girls that we're not going to cover today because we haven't even gotten there in the show. We're still in season 5.
They're not important.
They're not.
Like,
Yeah, they're not.
I'm not saying that they're not important.
They're not as likable, and definitely when the 3 original ladies left, the show eventually was canceled. So take that.
Yeah,
for
because
what
they
it
all
is.
did their own show then. They all had different.
Exactly.
Holly had Holly's World.
Right.
Kendra had Kendra's
So
show.
and Kendra had her own show on E that followed her with her new husband and her kids. So the next lady we're going to talk about is Bridget. Ooh,
She's my favorite.
She's my favorite. She is definitely what you don't.
I didn't know that she was your favorite.
Well, I don't know. I was just repeating what you said actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, but
because I feel like I am her.
Yeah. So Bridget, just to put into perspective, Bridget is 32 at the time of the show. So she was much older than Kendra.
She looks stunning.
Yes, definitely looks stunning, and she was very well educated. She had like multiple master's degrees.
A master's degree, and she's like
in going for broadcasting, which is lovely. Which is you definitely can tell because she's like she's so great on the show.
So
she
they all had their
a great talker.
They all kind of had their own outlet. So Kendra was the sporty, so
Mhm.
like she identified with the sporty people.
Yep.
And then Bridget was kind of like the actor,
And
voiceover, intellectual.
Yeah. She liked
animal lover.
Animal lover. She had 2 animals on the show. She had Wednesday, her dog, which we saw her get on the show, and then Gizmo, who was a cat and was very unlikable, but it was
cute.
It was cute to be around, I guess, and I loved. She would play with the dog way more.
Yeah, but I think they add more sound effects. I don't think the cat is actually that mean. They just add the sound effect over, like...
This show, I will say, has one of the wildest sound effects ever. They use,
It's perfect. That's why I think it's so good.
Yeah, they use, like, game show music. Like, you'll hear, like, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire in there.
Yeah, like, dun, dun, dun. But I wonder if, like, you just watched it without any of the
sound
effects, what would it be like?
I don't know.
Because I still think they're funny, like the things that they say.
Definitely. So Bridget was definitely the oldest by this point at 32 when this started, but she was still young, still kicking, and still eventually she went on to host her own show on the Travel Network where you watched it. I never watched it. I don't think I
it
know
is
that
actually
channel.
it's kind of funny that they had E is kind of a younger channel, right? Demographic, and they kind of had every in that demographic. Like 30-year-olds,
Yeah.
the mid-20s to older, and then they had the young.
There was a girl for
19 to
everyone to
25.
relate to.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Bridget, Bridget's like main storyline was she started by like testing to be a playmate, and she always wanted to be in the magazine. And we watched her eventually be in the magazine. All of the girls were in it together. And I don't know, just like there were so many storylines like in this show that just like it's just like good, clean, easy watching. Like there's no drama. Like it's not like a drama show really.
And when you watch it, all the seasons like they run all together, but they all connect. So like they have the same parties in each season. They have the same things, and it's cool to see how they. I don't know how it grows.
Yeah, because they shoot at the same time every year, so you got to see like Bridget's birthday multiple years. You got to see
kind of like the Real
birthday.
Housewives. They shoot them in the same seasons.
Yeah.
You see Halloween
Yeah.
in New York. You see this.
Yeah. So the last girlfriend we have is, and probably this one probably is my favorite, Holly Madison, because she pops in now. We watch her YouTube channel, where she talks about Disney, and I don't know, she's just great. Like she wrote an amazing book that I have not read, so I don't know why I'm calling it
But they're
amazing.
coming,
but it's gonna become a movie, and it's called Down the Rabbit Hole, and it's gonna be about like her at the mansion, I guess, and it's a memoir, so it's like about her life, right? Or autobiography.
I think so, but I think it's about like her whole outlook on
Yeah.
living in the mansion.
We really should like read it one of these days, but a movie's coming, so it's sort of slowing me down from the whole reading thing.
Audio. We'll listen to it.
Yeah, maybe there's an audiobook we can check out. But basically, since everyone had their own little storyline going on, Holly, she was 25 years old, so I can't imagine being like in a relationship with someone in their 80s at my age, being 25 personally. But apparently she came to LA to be an actress and just like I guess went to one of the parties, and she was one of the girlfriends before Kendra and Bridget were girlfriends, when Hef used to have 7 girlfriends. And she like worked her way up and like got rid of all those ladies, and she became the #1 girlfriend. And I mean, I'm sure there was a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, but she seemed to like being there, and she seemed to like being his girlfriend. She liked being the #1 for sure.
Yeah, and I think the big thing is she loved to like learn. She took the opportunity and learned a lot. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
she was
totally.
like, I'm going to.
Hef at one point like let her apprentice at the photo studio for Playboy, and she eventually like got to be like in charge of like multiple like, she got to pick like playmates. She got to like be like a creative director. She learned like a lot of stuff, and she liked that part about it, because I'm assuming it's not that much. It was probably got old being at the mansion. So in the later season, you see her grow, and you see all of them grow. But it was just like awesome to see, like looking back on how successful like she was, and by just
It's like not saying like the show is supposed to be saying like these people think they're 3 kind of
like dumb blondes, yeah,
but they're not. They're more than that.
exactly. Very sentimental. Josh, and that you relate to that being a blonde.
Yes, I do. Yeah, everyone
Yeah.
thinks I'm so dumb.
Oh God.
That's hot.
Something that exactly. But I have a little surprise, Josh. We have a 4th character that we haven't really mentioned, and that is the mansion.
Do you know who I thought it was gonna be? Mary.
Mary the secretary. No, but it's not. So I got this picture. The Playboy Mansion, I heard it was for sale. I think it was eventually sold, but this was a picture of it when it was for sale. And this was definitely like the 4th character in this show. Like it would, like the girls running around it. Like it was like, if New York is the 4th, like the 5th lady from Sex and the City, the mansion was definitely the 4th character. And it looked fun back when I was younger. Like it looked like a wild time. But looking at it now, ew, like doesn't it just look gross? Like all the decor.
Yeah, but I
don't know,
think
everything-
like if you bought the house, I bet you can make it like really cool. The outside is so nice.
Outside's really nice. They put in that fountain
The
apparently.
fountain and like I bet like the backyard also looked
Oh,
cool.
the
lawn
backyard.
and
Yeah, it was
stuff.
really cool. They had
Everything
that
there
slip
was
and
there.
slide.
Yeah, I would say the only thing that really Hef used to be just like he liked how it was,
And he wouldn't let them do anything to it.
which is funny
Yeah.
because it was really like in the early 2000s. It was in probably the 70s.
Yeah, when they first purchased it. And
Which I understand because like older generations, if you go to like your older generation's house and it's old and they're like, I love it like this.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Or when your parents pick out something and you're like,
Yeah.
Das Pitania.
Oh boy. But overall, this show is definitely like fantastic. If you haven't watched it already, I don't know what you're doing. It's on Prime. Check it out. 1 through 5 is definitely fantastic. We haven't seen 6 yet, but when we watch 6, I'm sure it'll be all right.
We already met 2 of the characters, the twins.
Oh really? Oh okay, got it. But besides that, do you have anything else to say about this show? Reiki, you like it, right?
Life is right.
Oh, no, strawberry.
Are you okay?
Yeah, he just thinks ladies are pretty. Well, that's it. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for checking out this episode of the Joe Show Talk Show. I had fun with you, Josh. Thank you for coming yet again, as always.
Here, and I always come.
lovely. So if you haven't taken the time, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe down here. And if you haven't already, be sure to ring that bell so you always get notified when I come out with a new video. We shoot new videos every single week and hope to get them out in a timely manner, so please keep on watching and thanks for coming. Bye!